We begin with footage of daytime strikes by pilots from the Stoliva Brigade. These are fiber optic drones at work. The soldier hid in tall grass and tried to destroy the drone but failed. The weapon jammed at the wrong moment, and another one, this time lost in the middle of an open field. He thought he could escape from the FPV, but it was immediately obvious that he would not succeed. And this one, for some reason, decided not to even move. The same landing where many Russian soldiers are hiding. But the thing is that there are no hiding places there except trees, so the Russians have no choice but to hide behind trees. In this case, two soldiers hid in the bushes. When the drone approached, one of the soldiers decided not to run away from his comrade, but instead ran as close as possible so that the drone could hit both of them at once. After the explosion, their ammunition began to burn. The Pokrovsk direction, where very heavy fighting is taking place, is why there are so many Ukrainian drones concentrated here, working every day, every hour, and every minute to prevent the enemy from capturing Pokrovsk. This is because this particular settlement is a very important strategic point. He hid in the forest, but knew that he didn't have long left. These images show the destruction of enemy equipment in the Donetsk region, with cars and motorcycles being destroyed every day. Here, the Russians left their motorcycles and fled into the forest. An abandoned armored vehicle which after several hits will remain scrap metal in the middle of a field. Here are two Russian soldiers who hear the sound of a drone approaching but cannot see it. So they decide to simply lie down, hoping that they will not be noticed. These are Russian positions. Footage taken by a Ukrainian reconnaissance drone. This Russian soldier hears the drone buzzing above him, but for some reason does not look up to make visual contact with it. He simply crouches down and runs to the nearest trench where he can potentially hide. But at this moment, Ukrainian pilots have already launched a strike drone, which is about to arrive. Later that same day, you can watch another series of Ukrainian pilots at work. In this case, Russian troops are storming the village of Novopka with armored vehicles. Taking advantage of the fog, they managed to cover a long distance on their way to the target, but fortunately, they were spotted in time. Under this cover, a Russian soldier with a pile of ammunition that is burning brightly. FPV drone pilots destroyed equipment one by one to thwart the enemy's plans and halt their further advance. During this assault, Russia suffered considerable losses, including armored vehicles and personnel. It was one of the most difficult assaults for the Ukrainian army, which managed to stop it. Another case where Russian soldiers are found in the middle of a forest, where they have set up trenches and shelters for themselves. This one probably went to look for something in the other direction of the forest, where there was no shelter. And when he saw the FPV drone, which was already close, he began to run away at full speed and return to the trench from whence he came. He managed to reach the trench before the drone got too close, but there was no cover there. He was still in open terrain, and the drone accomplished its mission. This time, it was night duty for the FPV. Using thermal imaging cameras, a large Russian military convoy was spotted heading toward Ukrainian positions on motorcycles. Upon noticing them, it was clear that this night would not be peaceful, and that as many drones as possible would need to be launched to stop the advance. A valuable target was spotted here, a vehicle carrying a large number of soldiers, but it was noticed in time. The Russian cannon was well hidden, but a reconnaissance drone spotted it and sent its coordinates to headquarters. Just two drones and the cannon is no longer operational. Next, a Russian passenger car sped toward enemy positions. Next, another Russian cannon under camouflage netting. The drone hits the muzzle directly so that the cannon cannot be restored to its position. Another passenger car, but this time simply abandoned in the middle of the road, presumably broken down. Another night, even more Russian soldiers coming from all sides. Here we see a small building, and behind it, a Russian soldier who decided to play catch me with a drone. But they say that every time it ends very badly. A forest, a tree, and beneath it, a Russian soldier. This is all the POC direction, where very heavy fighting is currently underway for every piece of land that is very advantageous for Russia.